Okay, today we are breaking down a really simple, science-backed tool that can help you get back in the driver's seat, right in that moment when a powerful urge hits. You know that feeling, right? That sudden, intense pull that feels like you're just a passenger and something else is steering. If you've been there, you know just how powerless it can feel. Well, here's the thing. The science we're looking at today says that feeling, it's not just in your head. What's happening isn't a failure of your willpower or some kind of character flaw. It's actually a temporary breakdown in your brain's hardware.
So before we jump into the how of stopping an urge, we gotta understand the why. Why does it feel so completely overwhelming? Turns out there's a real conflict going on inside your head. Think of it like this. You've got two different systems competing for control. First, there's your hot system. This is deep in your limbic brain, and it's all about raw emotion, impulse, and that feeling of, I need it right now. Then you've got your cold system. That's your prefrontal cortex. It's the logical CEO of your brain, the part that thinks about the future and makes rational decisions. Now, here is the absolute key. When your brain gets repeatedly exposed to some kind of habit-forming behavior, the connection to that logical, cold system literally gets weaker. The phone lines to the CEO's office get staticky. Over time, the pathways that let your rational brain hit the brakes, they actually get worn down. And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? When that urge hits hard, it's like you're careening down a steep hill. Trying to just use more willpower is like stomping on a brake pedal that's already broken. It's just not going to work. This is a mechanical problem, not a moral one.
Okay, so if we can't just stomp on the brakes, we need a totally new strategy. And that starts with changing how we think about an urge. We tend to see it as this giant, solid wall, but the science shows it's much more like a wave. Check out this key phrase from the research. An urge is a phasic spurt. What does that mean? It means it's not a constant force. It's a temporary, intense spike of desire. And notice that last part. It's usually triggered by cues around you, a certain time of day, a place, maybe even a feeling. So you run into one of those cues, and that's when the signal starts. It begins to build, and you feel that familiar pull starting to grow. And then, whoosh, the signal hits its absolute peak. This is that overwhelming moment, right? It feels all powerful, like it's going to last forever. This is the crest of the wave. But, and this is the most important part, just like any wave, after it crests, it always loses its energy and fades away. That intensity is temporary. If you can just find a way to stay standing for that moment, the urge will pass, all on its own. Which brings us to the tool. This is a practical, grounded method designed not to fight the wave, but to help you ride it out. It's called the 60-second friction reset. The entire goal here is just to create a little bit of time and space. We're talking just 60 seconds. That's it. Just enough time for that peak intensity to die down so your logical, cold system can get back online. So let's walk through it. It's 4 simple steps. 1, change. The second you feel that urge, physically move. If you're sitting, stand up. Walk into a different room. You have to break that environmental autopilot. 2, breathe. Take 5 slow, deliberate exhales. Really focus on breathing out, because that's what activates your body's natural calming system. 3, add friction. Introduce one tiny inconvenience. Put your shoes on. Go get a glass of water. Anything that acts as a simple delay. And finally, 4, replace. Do one totally neutral thing. Read one paragraph in a book, walk to the door and check the mail. Just give your brain a different, boring target for a moment. So what's the big idea behind this simple little tool? It's really a huge shift in perspective. We're moving away from fighting a war of brute force and toward a strategy of intelligence and patience. Look, you're not trying to destroy the desire. You're not trying to pretend it doesn't exist. You're just being smart. You're acknowledging how powerful that initial impulse is, and you're using a simple, clever trick to outlast it, because you know it's temporary. And let this really sink in. You are not fighting desire. You are simply and very strategically buying yourself 60 seconds of time. That's all. You're creating just enough of a pause for the CEO of your brain, your logical, future-thinking prefrontal cortex, to walk back into the room and take back the controls. So the next time you feel that feeling rise up, just remember this. The urge is a wave. It's just a temporary surge of energy that will come and go. But you are the structure. You are solid. And you can let it wash past you because you know it will always pass.